Hey y'all, for my next layout, I am playing along with Scylla over at Choice Bits of Bliss on YouTube and the Crafty Low or No Spin Facebook group using a series that she came up with called Themes on the 13th, and the point behind it is to get out some of your theme paper and make a layout. It's that simple. So recently in my scrap room kit, I got some papers from this PhotoPlay collection called Little Chef. And when I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you what I got in my scrap room kit. The papers are basically all the same, but the embellishments, because they break apart embellishment packs. So what one person gets as far as embellishments may be different from somebody else. So these are the embellishments that I got. And I don't know that I can use a whole lot of these embellishments because it really doesn't go with my photos exactly. But here they are. And that says salty and lick the spoon. And then this piece here that says real cooking is more about following your heart than following recipes. Like that wouldn't go with my photos. With the Flavors of the Month kit, I also get the paper add-on and the extra embellishment. So I don't know if this was the extra embellishments or if this was the extra embellishment, but I have a 12 by 12 sticker sheet, which I hope to use a lot of those. And let's look at the papers real quick. This one is called Peanut Butter and Jelly, which I will not be using because the photos are baking some cookies, and there is some macaroni and cheese. This one is called Sweet Stripe. Here's a nice little blue and white polka dot and a nice diagonal stripe. This one is called Frosting, which has sprinkles, and then bags of frosting that you pipe. Cookies, which I know I'll be using this one. And on the B side, we have a nice green design. And in the kitchen, which has mixers and cookies and baking utensils. And on the back, we've kind of got like this red. It almost reminds me of a tablecloth pattern. And then 2 pieces of green cardstock. So that is what I plan on using, and here are my photos that I'm going to use. And I had purchased a little cookie kit that you basically just dumped in the mix, added probably some eggs, milk, oil, whatever, and then you put these little sprinkles in it, and it was like a sugar cookie. So I thought that was something easy that we could do with her and didn't require a lot of time or attention on her part. So those are the photos I'm going to use. And why I have a white border around them, I don't know. I think it's because I didn't use the printer software, the Epson printer software. I just went and pulled up my photos and said print, and it gave me a white border. That hadn't happened before because I usually use the Epson software. So that is something new. But of course, I'll be cutting them out for cutting the white off of them, because I want to cut these photos apart. So for my design is going to be a sketch by PhotoPlay, and it's a couple years old, and I probably seen it on an ad with something. So I decided, okay, since I had the PhotoPlay paper, I'm going to use a PhotoPlay sketch. So we'll see what I come up with. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did, because this layout has tags that are kind of nestled in between the photos, I needed to make some tags. Because I pulled a tag from a die cut pack and placed it under here just to see by size. And for me, it wasn't quite big enough because it needed to extend the top and the bottom. So I measured this, and this was 2 1/4 roughly by 4 1/4. So I just bumped it up 3/4 of an inch to make a 3 by 5. So I used a piece of scrap paper, and I cut it 3 by 5, and then I measured my center at 1 1/2, and then I folded it in half, and I took it to my paper cutter and sliced off a piece, and that was too angular, so I just turned it over to the other side, and I like this style better. So ignore the missing angles. Let's see. I was looking for the missing angles, but anyway, ignore the missing angles, and that's going all the way down, and that will be my tags. So that is the size of my tags. Okay, so here is my completed layout, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. So what I did, initially I thought I'm not going to use that green paper because I don't think it'll go well, but I decided to trust Rochelle at the scrap room, and I used it. I'm really happy I did because it kind of makes my tags pop off the page to me. And so it's not a complicated layout. I made my 6 tags from the pattern paper. And then for my page mats, I keep several of these die cuts with a view mat stacks that I have had. They were sitting on a shelf and not being used, so I keep them handy, and I kind of flip through them to see if I can find something that would work with a photo mat so I could use it up. And I did find this blue in there, so I matted my photos. And then I actually dug into my stash and pulled out my little jar of pink brads, and I found some large pink brads to use in addition with my reinforcement holes that I punched on my tags, just to give it a little more depth and texture to the layout. And I pulled out the old Karen Foster Designs eyelet setting toolkit that I have had forever and I still use on occasion. So basically I used the stickers from the sticker sheet. I did add some pink enamel dots just to give it a little more interest and texture. And here's my title. And I really didn't think about it until after the fact that I didn't really have a space to journal. I guess I could, if I wanted to, write a little something right here. I might do that. I might take a piece of, I don't know, a piece of cardstock or a piece of the pattern paper and just write a little line here. I just thought about that because I was looking at it thinking I had no place to journal when I made the layout. And then I thought another little cute thing I did was on the sticker sheet there was this little chef's hat, so I put it on that photo right there, added some words here. I did cut a fishtail into those, the measuring spoons, and a little piece of the diagonal stripe paper right there. And when I looked through the paper, And I saw this peanut butter and jelly. I knew I would never use it. And on the other side was the macaroni and cheese. And I knew I would probably never use that piece of paper. But it made a nice little additional border around here. If you leave a small enough space, you can pretty much put any kind of pattern behind it, and you're not going to really figure out what the pattern is because this is mac and cheese, and you really can't tell it's mac and cheese. So that is it for my layout. Thanks for watching, and hope you are playing along with Themes on the 13th. We'll see you next time. Bye.